Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 165 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we're going to draft some more Dominaria. Loving this format. I'm like 22, 23 drafts into it now. I've got a 48 and 21 win rate. Trying to hit that 70% win rate. Can't quite get there, but we've got 6 trophies so far. And we're going to try to go for a 7th, which would be nice. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a wait here, so I can do my usual spiel. This, of course, is a sponsored Spikey Saturday. This is sponsored by Jan. He'll be getting all the cards that we draft here, although actually he donates them back to the channel, so I sell them and put them back into paying for more drafts and stuff like that on Magic Online. If you want to check that out, all stream and draft sponsorships are currently filled, but you can definitely get in there at Crack-A-Pack sponsor level, where you get a chance to get a Crack-A-Pack at the $5 level. You can also just throw me a buck if you want to. It all absolutely 100% keeps this channel going. The ad that you see at the start of YouTube doesn't pay that much. Doesn't cover much of anything, really. So if you do want to help out the channel, you can definitely go check out patreon.com/themanaleek. You can also check out twitch.tv/themanaleek. I stream there. I've got subscriptions active there, so you can subscribe, get yourself a Leek emote, and see where I do a lot of my good drafting, because this is Spikey Saturday. And that means we're going to draw 17,000 lands. We get a Black Blade Reforged, which is good if we draw 17,000 lands. Shauna is pretty good as well. She's probably in the first pickable range, but not against a Black Blade. Dauntless Bodyguard, first pickable in a weak pack. This is not a weak pack. And then it falls off a little bit. Pegasus Courser's fine, but I would feel bad if I opened a pack where it was the first pick. Jousting Lance, I'm not as sold on, to be honest. It's really bad on defense. Like, yeah, if you throw this on the 3-1, it can just be crippling. But if your opponent does anything to even slightly stabilize, you just, you don't quite get there. So we're going to take this Black Blade Reforged and try to get some legendaries. Maybe go like green-white go wide, green-black go wide, green something where we're probably going to get to 7 pretty easily, and 3 would be a bonus. Following that, we don't get much. This is actually a pretty bad pack. We could attempt to go into the mill deck, but I do not ever like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th picking a Diligent Excavator. If this comes back and we see Homered Explorers, and I'm keeping track, we saw a Homered Explorer in pack 1, the mill deck can work. It can actually work. It's just super dangerous. So really, I'm on Yavimaya Sapherd or Deep Freeze. I'm not sold on Fungal Plots being that great. I've seen it do some work. I've also seen it fail miserably. Yeah. This is a pack full of just like fine stuff. Sanctum Spirit's fine as well. I guess white pushes us a little bit more towards like the best legendaries for Black Blade. Green doesn't push us too much towards there. We'd have to open a Multani or something else. It is just a really good card, though. We're gonna go Sapherd, but that was a rough pick. We follow that up with another Deep Freeze. Thallid Omnivore is pretty decent, especially having just picked up a Sapherd. Spider's fine, but not here. No to all of that. So it's really between Omnivore and Deep Freeze. Omnivore and Deep Freeze. I mean, if we could flood the board with Saprolings, even a Saproling picking up Black Blade can be really good. That's a toughie. That's a toughie. We really have to get Slimefoot to feel super happy about the black-green deck. Wild Onslaught could come back around, and that's really good in the Saproling deck. Oh boy. Blech. We're gonna take Deep Freeze here. I don't know that it's the right pick. Ooh, Raph, sold. There's a legendary. There's a path to go down. We're taking Raph, especially 4th pick Raph. Uncommon, rare, and 2 commons taken over Raph? What the hell? Ooh, there's a lot of Birds of Paradise sitting over here. WotC coverage. Yeah, we're taking Raph and feeling pretty darn good about it. If we can get into blue-white kind of historic, blue-white flyers, we're going to be great. Raff in. Another Hammered Explorer. That mill deck could happen. There's a Vicious Offering here, very late as well. 5th pick is very late for the offering. It's the best pick in the pack. Thalid's fine. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's not Vicious Offering. But we haven't gone into black yet. But there's nothing to put us into blue here. Nothing to put us into white here. Nothing to put us into green here. So we're going to take the Vicious Offering. See if we can find a path here. Call the Cavalry. Probably the best card in this pack. Definitely making me want to still go white here. Thalid and Omnivore working for the black-green plan. This is rough. This is rough. It is rough. I will take... Man, I just want a sign that white is open. I want like a clear sign white's open. Let's take the call, but we really should probably be heading into black. Adamant Will or a Deep Freeze number 2. I think I'll take the Deep Freeze number 2 here. We're not taking anything else in this pack. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. The upside is there's nothing in this pack. We can take this Diligent Excavator. And if we get the other one, I could do something really dumb. Really dumb. Like the dumbest thing you've ever seen. Let's take this Excavator. Let's take this Hammered Explorer. Let's take this Excavator. Let's take this Voltaic Servant. Let's take this Compass. Let's take this Compass too. Come with me on a journey, will you? Come with me on something. So I have done this. I have done this. I had a Mishra's Self-Replicator, and so I did actually win a number of matches just through damage, but I did mill a few times too. So we're looking for more Hammered Explorers. We're looking for Weight of Memories. We're looking for Howling Golems, believe it or not. And we're looking for just blocks. Like Amaranthine Wall. We want 1 or 2. Some good things to keep us alive are just Deep Freezes. Josu. Baird works pretty well. Historic and stops attacks from coming at us. Weight of Memory that we should get back around. We're going to do this. This is Spikey Saturday. We're going to do something really weird, really dumb for my like 24th draft. If you don't like watching fun stuff, get out, because I don't promise any good wins this time. But we're gonna do something. So in goes Baird. The ideal is we're going to have so many legendaries and historic spells that Urza's Ruinous Blast is actually playable. Plus there's nothing else in this pack for us. There's an Opt, which we can probably get back around. I guess there's an Aven Sentry as well. I think I will actually take Urza's Ruinous Blast. We've already got 2 historic, 2 legendaries. We can try to get there. Sap Herd needs to go. We got a Danitha. Oh, golden. Golden, golden, golden. Her lifelink will help us out. She gets to hold the Black Blade. She's a historic trigger for the Excavator. We get back like a Short Sword or a Glider or an Academy Drake. Blink would be nice. I really want one at some point, but we're not passing it over to Danitha. We might have to get rid of that Vicious Offering, but we do have the Compasses to help us play that. This pack's pretty bad. We get a Courser, which we'll play. But there's nothing else for us here, unfortunately, except for maybe a Guardians, but I want cheap historic triggers. So Pegasus in. We could take an Opt. Helps us draw to what we need to draw to. We could also take a Sparring Construct. It's a historic trigger. I think I'm actually going to take the Opt here. We need to see some Golems. We need to see some more Mill Giants. And regardless, we're in this. For better or for worse, we're in this. We made the decision. So let's hope it pays off. Let's hope it pays off. We haven't seen any Explorers yet. There's no explorers here either. There is a triumph. It's a historic trigger. It works well with Danitha, Courser. Even works well with the excavator. In addition to being a historic trigger, also can just make it beefier and survive. There's a trapper as well. I think I'll actually just take the triumph here, because it almost makes mill into kind of the alternate win condition. If we stall and mill, cool, we win. Alternatively, maybe we just fly over and win. I think we'll take a Partick Wanderer here. It triggers the excavator. It's a decent body. Ideally, we're getting to the late game for sure. Arcane Flight, not doing it. Power Stone Shard, not really doing it, despite being an artifact. Artificer's Assistant definitely works in this deck. Lets us scry. Gets those lands away. But yeah, ultimately this pack is not going to have really built us towards the mill plan. But it built us towards a deck. So that's great. That is great. And I mean, we could actually just get there on pack 3. We could cut Compass, Servant, Excavator, and be fine with this deck as is. We'll take a Tragic Poet. That's not fine as is. Charge is not fine as is. None of those work at all. Nope. Well, the end of pack 2 was not kind to us. And I gotta question where the rest of these boys at. We'll play a sword, I guess. Where are our crab people? Also, where's our Weight of Memory? Our Weight of Memory didn't come back around. That's bad news. We get a Time of Ice. That's good news. That's very good news. This pack's great, actually. This is a pack 1, pick 1 pack. Tatiova, Time of Ice, Song of Freyalise. Close pick 1s, Grow, Migration, Deathbloom. It's a good pack. We're taking Time of Ice. It fits massively into our game plan. We're not going to splash for Tatiova, as amazing as she is. In goes Time of Ice, and there's 23. We are not green. Why am I looking at Spore Crown Thallid? Because I desperately want one for my in-store league, I guess. Cloud Reader Sphinx is great. Mesa Unicorn possibly works better. It's that life gain that just kind of keeps us going, but I think Cloud Reader Sphinx is better as just an option to win the game in an alternative way other than mill. Academy Journey Mage works for me very well, so we get to cut some garbage here. Garbage being probably Servant. And we're at we're only at 3 legendaries, so the Urza's Ruinous Blast probably just has to go. And in goes a Journey Mage. Somebody else drafting the mill deck? Like, there should theoretically be one more mill giant in this draft on average. Nothing here for us. We'll take a foil Jousting Lance, I guess. Oh, sorry, there's a Serra Disciple. Serra Disciple's not the worst. It's definitely a little bit better with Quende. We're triggering it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times at the moment. It's a lot of times. Not sold on it, though. We'll take it. Not sold on it. Blink of an eye. Easy peasy choice. We want that. We're light on creatures, but I think we'll be okay. We're actually at about 13 creatures if we count that as 2. Blink of an eye. Better than a boring old creature. In you go. Another Call to Cavalry and a Divination. I actually want both of those, and a Candle. We'll take the call. What do we cut? We cut one of these compasses, I think. We only really need one. And maybe we just cut the Vicious Offering as well. We're short on removal, but having to hit our swamp or hit a compass is a bit rough for that. Bit rough. Compass keeps us alive as well. So this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 creatures, not bad. Not the worst thing to happen. Get a dub, get a wall. Get a wall. We actually want one of these. Maybe even over the Partick Wanderer, actually. Wall in. Nothing here. Sapperling deck would have been great, I guess. Let's just rewind the draft and draft properly, shall we? Holy moly. Green's just open. Pegasus Courser. We're going to cut anything for that? Could cut the opt. Yeah, let's cut the opt. I do like opt. I think opt is more playable than some people give it credit for. Where did our crab boys go? Where did our crab boys go? So if we super wanted to get out of the mill deck, we would want to cut 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 things we have to cut if we get out of this mill deck, which might be the correct thing to do. I wanted to do it, but we might have to reconsider here. We got an opt. We got a wanderer. Disciple. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, I don't think we quite have enough to get out of the mill deck. But the mill can just be an alternative plan. We've got a fair bit of power, especially with Blackblade and Flyers, the legendary Flyers, that we might be able to get there. Take an unwind. We'll take one look at getting out of the mill deck and see what it looks like. I fully expected us to get more than one Homerid Explorer. Like, that is shocking to only get one of those. Not getting a Howling Golem, that's not insane. People are starting to get higher on it. I'm still not at all. But some people are starting to get higher on it, and it is an uncommon, so there's less than 1 on average per draft. So anyways, if we get out of the mill deck, we cut the wall. No, I want these to go here. We cut the wall, we cut the excavator, we cut the excavator, we cut the compass. Anything else that was like just super into the mill plan? Not really. We can put in Urza's Ruinous Blast, even though it's not the best. We can put that in. So that's 1, 2, 3. We can throw in an Arcane Flight, I guess, and that's 23. Or we could throw in a Partick Wanderer. That's probably just better, isn't it? It's probably just better. I don't want to be responsible, but we're probably just going to have to be responsible here. We've got 3 things to trigger the blast. It's not a ton, but they are things that have an okay chance of lasting. Wanted the mill deck to work. All right, we're gonna be responsible. We're gonna be responsible. All those people who left because I was being an idiot and drafting mill deck, you can come back, I guess. All right, let's save the deck and let's go into match 1. All right, here we are for round 1. We are going to play first, and we get ourselves a Blackblade on turn 2, and that's the end of this story. Blech. Draw planes, and we get a 3-drop, I guess. This is not a great keep, but I'll keep it. Which might just be me having listened to the whole "you mull too much" argument lately. There's an argument that you just mull too much in Limited. I've definitely been known as an aggressive muller, but I think it's proper. I think that was a mull. Now, of course, with hindsight on our side, it was a fantastic keep. We always had that plains on top, right? Alright, so we get Courser on 3, and then we've got 2 turns to hit a land, and we can start getting Tappy or Call to Cavalry. Blue-red, my favorite color combination, what I think is the best deck in the format. Really hard to get it to come together, though. You gotta hit Adelies, you gotta hit those wizards. Bloodstone Goblin doesn't belong. Doesn't belong in that deck. It's an okay filler card, but it doesn't belong. And you bet I will ask to see the combat trick here. Didn't think so. Shivan Fire? I'd be happy to get that out of their hand, too. Howling Golem. That's what we wanted. We wanted that. All right. All right. I think we will call this turn. Time of Ice next turn. I like holding this back for now as a blocker. If they use a combat trick or something to get rid of it, I'm fine with that. Our plan is not to make something fly with Courser, although it currently would actually be pretty good with the Wanderer. I'd rather hold it up to block. So we'll Time of Ice next turn to start tapping things down, and in a few turns time walk them pretty well. In you say, I will block. Oh, they had the trick this time. Oh, they're going to blink a Knight. No trick whatsoever. Well, that's fine. Oh, they kicked it, so it got Menace, became 3/3. I get it. I know how magic cards work sometimes. We're going to drop an Artificer's Assistant. And are we going to deep freeze that Golem? I'd rather deep freeze something else. We get to scry next turn with that Time of Ice, though. No, we need to deep freeze a much worse threat, is what we need to do. We're not deep freezing a 2/2. We're not deep freezing a 2/3 that helps us out. I think our lack of creatures might come back to bite us, though. Also, not drawing lands. See, now that's a deep freeze target. That's a much better deep freeze target. Alright, so we could deep freeze it. We could also just tap it down. I don't think I want to tap it down. Tap it down. We don't get to do anything, but we do get to scry one. Deep freeze it. Well, let's deep freeze it now. We're not getting any pressure. We get to get in for one here. And pass the turn. Can deep freeze their next threat. Or Time of Ice their next threat. Too many ice cards. Too much on theme. Shield of the Realm, don't care. But good to know that I've got an Invoke the Divine target. I will take 2. You got it, opponent. Is this combat damage? Just damage. Good to know. Good to know. Why are we pausing on my upkeep? There we go. Alright, so we're one land away from things just picking up that Black Blade. We can drop Partick Wanderer, or we can start getting Icy. I think we start getting Icy. So we're going to Time of Ice, Scry. Land on top would be nice, actually. Do we just want to draw it? Just get Black Blade online? Let's just get Black Blade online next turn. So, we'll top down Mr. Golem Man. And we will bash in. If they remember they can block, they're just going to bounce off. They remember they can block. Good job, opponent. So we get in for 1, take him to 18. Next turn, that bird's going to be an 8/8. And that's going to be pretty decent. Any creature they play will just get tapped down. So I would almost expect to just get hit for 2 here and pass the turn. Oh! Fantastic! Fantastic! Invoke the Divine target. So, that's bad. So it's a 5/2 trample vigilance that if it's kicked gets +1/+1 and menace, and you prevent the first 2 damage dealt to it. Gross. So I'll take 5. You got me. Time of Ice. Tap it down. Drop the plains. Equip the bird. Bash in for 8. Get him. Take him to 10. Just get him. They're going to have to spend so much mana re-equipping. They might just equip to the Cyclops. Just to spend mana. 1/3 on the ground, sure. 1 card in hand. We are in pretty good shape. As long as Birdo doesn't die. And then even if it does, we cast Partick Wanderer, put the blade over on it, and we've got a 12/12 trample. That'll be pretty good when our opponent's left at 2. Alright, bounce their team. Let's find out what we got on top. It's a land. It's Spiky Saturday. Why wouldn't it be? We're going to play the land, and then bash in for 9. Get 'em. Alright, so they're going to have 2 unknown cards in their hand. Alright, they still have 2 unknown cards in their hand. So, we play the bird and re-equip it? Or do we play the Trampler? So we play the Trampler, it becomes a 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 trample. And they've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What was the other thing that was returned? Howling Golem, 10, 11, 12. So they're going to play Howling Golem. I think we drop the Wanderer and the bird again. Drop the Wanderer, drop the bird, play out our hand. Equip Blackblade to the Wanderer next turn. And just get him. Unless we hit a land, in which case the bird will be a 10/10. And then we just fly in for 10. And get him that way. Four cards in hand, one's a golem, one's a goblin. So one's a 3-drop and one's a 2-drop. We are in decent shape. And remember, we did keep a 2-lander. Kept a 2-lander, missed 1 land drop. That is John, as always, on the Mana Leak on Spiky Saturday. So many lands. So many lands. Alright, opponent going through the math, thinking about how much trample damage they can stop. Wondering if it even matters. None of it matters if we draw a land. So there's a land, so we know 2 of their 3 cards in hand. Alright, we know every card they have. So if we hit a land, we win. If we hit a land, we just win. They're mathing through whether they can make enough elementals to do a bunch of damage to me, is my guess. Gonna drop Bloodstone. We literally just have to hit a land. 4-bearer on there, sure. You're gonna make yourself a 3/1. It's gonna smash into Partick Wanderer and die. Block. Alright, so what do they got toughness wise? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they've got 11 toughness right now. We just hit the land anyway, so that's 5, 9, 10. Yep. Equip. Swing in with our 10-10 bird. 10-10 burb. 10. Cool. It worked. The deck worked. Yeah. That Invoke the Divine's got some targets. For sure. Don't think there's anything else I really want to bring in. No need for an Unwind. No need for an Arcane Flight. No need for a Wall. Wall deals with those 3/1s pretty well. No, I think we go back in. We go back in. I think our curve might hurt us a slight bit, but feels okay. Feels okay. Opponent heavily sideboarding, it seems. Opponent playing first, and we've got ourselves a Danitha if we hit a land. We got 3 chances to hit the land. That's like 82% or something. We will keep any land, and we are off to the races. It's another chance of finding that land. That's 4 chances of finding the land. That's got to push it into the high 80s, if not 90% chance. Which of course means we won't hit it. We won't even slightly hit it. Opt. Sarah Disciple. It's a 2-drop. It's a 2-drop that's relevant. I'm gonna actually keep that on top and draw it. Land. Rewarded. Rewarded. Pass that turn. So next turn we'll drop Danitha. That'll trigger the bird. Bird will get in for 2. We're gonna actually need to hold off on playing creatures a little bit in case we do hit that 5 mana and we want to Ruinous Blast them. That is, of course, assuming Danitha lives, which she may very well not. There's every chance she just dies. That's a big Cyclops boy. Big ol' Cyclops boy that's gonna get tapped, and we're gonna bash in for 4. Just get 'ems. Just get 'ems. The next creature gets tapped, we get in for another 4. No, sorry, 3. Seems good. Seems good. Refuses to play anything. Raph, another legendary. Oh. I feel like we've got this game a little bit on lock. Flash in Raph, frankly. Get that trigger. Take him to 10. That blast is actually looking super good now. We're going to need our opponent to play creatures, but it looks super good. Clutches. Stealing Raph. Rude. The absolute rudest. Ooh, blink. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to blink Raph back to my hand. Gonna bash in for 3. Things are great. Things are great. We could instant speed Wrath with Raph out. Goblin Chain Whirler. Oh no, my 1/1 died that I probably was just going to let die anyways. Baird. Let's drop Baird. Pass that turn. Just got to hit that land, and boy, can we ever blast. Please drop multiple creatures. You've got an Ogre or a Cyclops, I know that. You've got a good Cyclops boy. Cyclops boy. What else you got? Forebearer's Blade, eh? I would prefer them to play one more creature. You ain't got no attacks. And we're fine to take like a full-on attack from them here. Okay. So we're gonna flash in Raph. And hope we hit a land, because then they're dead. 3, 4, 5. They're dead if we hit a land. Yeah, they're dead if we hit a land. So we're going to pass the turn, flash in Raph. Hope we hit that 5th land. It is going to be turn 9. So we should hit the land. I would hope. Forebear's Blade on. Not a problem. In. Pay your 1. There you go. I will take 6, go all the way down to 19, not a problem. A, I would love if there's a land on top. B, I would love if they played a creature or 2. They did not. So let's drop Raph. Land on top. Ugh, not a land on top. Okay then. We're gonna Triumph, I guess. Triumph on Wrath. Triumph on Wrath. And I think we just need to play the bird as a chump blocker, just in case we have to like wait a couple more turns until we can blast. So let's get in for 4 in the air. I mean, they're actually dead next turn in the air anyways. May not even need to blast. Who needs 5 lands? 5 lands is overrated. Overrated. So our opponent basically has to play a flyer or they're dead. Or they have to kill Wrath. And we need that land on top. This will be our 10th draw. And we'll have drawn 1 land? 2 lands, because we had... Yeah, we kept the 2-lander. 11th draw, actually, because we opted. Two cards in hand. We know nothing about them? No, we know nothing about them. Nothing at all about them. Opponent in for 6. I'll take the 6. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So the opponent must be sitting on a blink or something? Ah, Deep Freeze Wrath. Sure. So Danitha's going to get the counter? That's fine by me. And there's the land we need. So Danitha gets a counter. They've got 1 land in hand. Needs to be a... counterspell. It was not. Even blows up the Deep Freeze. Alright, we won that relatively handily. We're 1-0. Gonna go into round 2. Hopefully keep that going. And here we are back for round 2. We've got ourselves the old 2-lander that we were used to, but we got a 2-drop in addition to Blackblade as a 2-drop, and a legend for the Blackblade, possibly the best legend for the Blackblade. So we're going to drop a land, see where we go from there. We got the land for Danitha, so that raises some questions. They're going to opt, sure. They are going to opt. Do we want Blackblade to be kind of like a surprise? Do we want to go Disciple, Danitha, Blackblade Triumph? This is assuming drawing lands, of course. Well, with a Relic Runner, I think I do want to go Sarah Disciple. Really missed on the land there. 5-drop, not what we want. So we'll drop the Disciple. Follow that up with Danitha. Relic Runner is obviously strongly suggesting artifacts coming in. Yeah, there's an artifact there. Gonna equip it up even. So we're gonna get the old 3-2 to the face. So, Danitha definitely gonna be part of the plan here. Drop her, and we'll get in for 2. And the next turn we do get to Blackblade and Triumph. And we get to get in for 5? Yeah, we get to get in for 5. Lifelink as well. Then the following turn, Danitha will be a 6/6 or 7/7 lifelinking Vigilance first striker. She's going to get blinked. She's going to get blinked real bad, but, you know. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Sanctum Spirit, not a big problem. We're actually going to hold them off quite well there. So yeah, we'll drop Blackblade. Oh, for 1, because it's cheaper, thanks to Danitha. Oh, actually, Blackblade just goes straight on her. I always forget she has a second sentence. Always forget she has a second sentence. So yeah, we can just straight up equip her. And we can bash in for a ludicrous amount. In for 8 on turn 4. They take it. Down to 10. We go back up to 23. Sweet. So we got to remember our deep freeze only costs 2 mana as well. So we can deep freeze Triumph next turn. Blessed Light. Yeah, there she goes. Well, it was a good turn. It did what we needed it to do. So we can't deep freeze anymore. That's kind of a pain. Probably gonna have... Oh, we can't deep freeze and Triumph. Baird is nice. Baird will hold that sword very well. Boy, will he ever. Won't gain us a ludicrous amount of life, but that's fine. So we'll bash in for 2, take him down to 11. We will not block with Baird under any circumstances because of the potential of Adamant Will. They are going to have to pay 2 to attack anyways, though. And then Baird's going to be a big boy. Big old boy. That if we hit a land, if we hit a land, we might be able to put a counter on as well. They're down to 2 cards in hand. Short Sword's going over the Sanctum Spirit. They want to make sure that they're gaining life. Decides not to come in. Good choice. Opponent, good choice. There's the land we want. So Blackblade's going to go on. We're getting closer to Blackblade just going on to Sarah Disciple as well. So it's a 7-9. And we'll Triumph, making it an 8-10. The old 8-10. So if they have Reproach, they actually have enough to kill Baird. That's insane. What you got, opponent? You're gonna syncopate my Triumph. Rude. Rude. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Adamant Will doesn't do it, but Gideon's Reproach does. And I'm not walking into the Gideon's Reproach. So in for 2. Absolutely not walking into that approach. Reproach. Sorry, not approach. It's a blue-white deck, but it's not that kind of blue-white deck. Two cards in hand, one blindly came off the top. So we're going to deep freeze the Sanctum Spirit now. Negate all that lifelink. But do we still die to Reproach? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't die to a Gideon's Reproach this time. Oh, I should have played the sword. I'm bad at this game. In for 8. Jump block? Sure. Jump block, they gain... No, they don't even gain 1. It doesn't have whatchamacallit anymore. So do we eat our mistake and not play the sword? No, we just show that we're bad at this game. Play the sword. They should be at 7. And equip the sword. I almost forgot that. We're really bad at this game. Put the sword on the Disciple. Man, they should be at 6. They should be at 6. Seal away. Goodbye, Sarah Disciple. For the moment, because we have Invoke the Divine. Two cards in hand, one just blindly came off the top. They've missed land drops, they've been choosing to not play them, or they've got something in hand that costs more? Or is a Reproach as we... Oof, okay, that's pretty spicy. That's pretty spicy indeed. No attacks, sounds good. Welp, we're going to sort up Baird. We're going to bash in for 3. We're going to ask to see that Reproach. And then we're going to drop a Sphinx and still be in very good shape. No block and reproach. Sphinx is going to do some work here, including potentially just eating a reproach. So we definitely want to find something to replace it. We do need a deep freeze, unfortunately, in case things go south. But we're in decent shape here. Poor Blackblade. Cold Water Snapper. It's not a problem. If it gets an arcane thingy, that'll be a problem. So we're going to save the Invoke the Divine for the Arcane Flight. And they are top decking. Perfect. Perfect. So if we deep freeze Relic Runner, we still can't attack. So yeah, we just fly in. Fly in for 3, take him to 6. In for 3, down to 6. Pass that turn. What'd you top deck, opponent? What'd you find? It's a Kicked Academy Drake. That's pretty gross. We get to deep freeze that. And we get to take him to 3. Deep freeze, take to 3. That's not a wise move, opponent. They thought better. Yeah, so we're going to come to our turn. Ooh, Courser, that'll finish the game off. So we're going to deep freeze the Drake. Deep freeze Mr. Drake. Bash in the air for 3, take him to 3. And we're going to drop a Courser. And they got a top deck one heck of an answer. So let's see what they find. They find the Scoop. Alright. That went super duper well. So they are blue-white historic-ish. Not much else we can do about that. Tragic Poet does not bring back artifacts, unfortunately. Healing Grace is garbage. Charge ain't doing it. Arcane Flight would get over the turtle. Wall would block the turtle, but ultimately I think we can just get back in. Drawing Blackblade and a legendary early is definitely key, but we can get there. Well, we saw no legendaries out of them, and we've got legendary draw 2 lands, nuke the board, plus an opt. This is most definitely a keeper. The old island go. I can do the old island go as well. Land on top. It's Spiky Saturday. What you got for 2? You got a Relic Runner. Well, we're going to opt in response to that. That Plains can go away. Time of Ice, cool. It's a good follow-up after Danitha. Kind of kills us immediately using the blast afterwards, but it's fine. Oh, and it blows up all their artifacts too. It feels so good. So we're taking 2. And passing straight through, eh? We saw, what, a Syncopate? So we're going to drop the Courser. Get that syncopated. Can't have Danitha get syncopated, otherwise we never get to cast the blast. They must have the syncopate. Taking that long? Cool. That is fine by me. Fine by me. Get the Danitha next turn. And then we're going to be stuck on 4 lands forever again. Ooh, that's a quick pass. And our opponent's been playing lands on the main phase 1. They miss a land? Yeah, they missed a land. If you've got the second Syncopate, good for you. You don't. Perfect. So now here's the issue. We've got them stuck on lands, stuck on creatures on the board. This blast doesn't look as good anymore. And they just deep freeze my Danitha, but that means they're never going to kill that Danitha. which means this blast is going to be online forever. Gonna be online forever. So we're gonna play out our cards, which doesn't feel the best when we have blast here, but if we can just get through, then we just win without blasting, right? And, you know, once we kind of, you know, bounce their creature, get in for some damage, start doing that cycle, we can sandbag the rest of the creatures that we draw. Looks like they're still stuck on lands. Still just stuck. So yeah, we will Journey Mage here. Just start getting in for damage. And actually, Blast even takes the Deep Freeze off of Danitha. You have another Syncopate? If so, just bravo, opponent. Or even worse, a Wizard's Retort. Nope, neither. Bounce the runner. Then we'll bash in for 4. See if we can eat a Reproach or something. And then, yeah, I think we're just like Time of Icing and bashing. Bash in for 4 here. Bash in for 7 after that. Take them down to 9. And then they're going to be pretty hard pressed to play creatures and not just die. So yeah, we don't play any more creatures. We play a Time of Ice. And we get 'ems. We just get 'ems. And we aggressively trade these creatures. Like, just aggressively trade them. Partic Wanderer we will not play. You will be part of the post-blast plan. Syncopate won't do it. They don't have Unwind mana. They don't have Wizard's Retort mana. So they are going to 9. Well, they might have Reproach, in which case they're going to go to 12. And we get removal out of their hand, which is fine by me. Fine by me. Tap that down. They could have Seal Away. Seal Away would be a little bit annoying, but again, Ruinous Blast would return the creature. Yeah, sure. Ruinous Blast is going to return Academy Journey Mage when we use it. So we take him to 12. And we are in good shape. We're in good shape. They really can't play a creature here. Just be a waste of time unless it has an ETB effect. They could flash in a Wrath, which would be a little bit annoying, especially because we wouldn't get to blast it. We'd get to bounce it, though. We would get to bounce it. What you got? Oof! Oof, the spice! The spice! I really wanted to just draw Blackblade there. Alright, so we'll bash in for 4, take him to 12. And I guess we'll just keep bashing in. Like, we'll trade that runner with a knight for sure. They found another land. So what does that mean? Cloud Reader Sphinx? If they hit a Sphinx, I probably blast. If they hit a Sarah Angel, I blast. If they hit a Lyra, I cry. I blast and then deep freeze the Lyra. Just a Pegasus Courser. That's not as big of a problem. Not as big as big of a problem. So we're going to bash in here. And it's not going to look like a great attack, but maybe they get worried about a Reproach or something. But I think our best case scenario is they take 4. They're not going to do that. Second best case scenario is they trade with a Knight with a Relic Runner, and they just bounce a... Oh, okay. They take 2 and we kill a Relic Runner. Sold. Got him down to 10, and we're going to have 5 power on the board when we blast. Followed by an additional 5 power. Academy Journey Mage will not be able to attack. She'll be re-entering the battlefield. Danitho will be able to attack. And we get to demolish a Sanctum Spirit. And if they discard a card, we get to bounce the Sanctum Spirit. Triumph. Yeah. Time for Urza to just take a blast. Kablamo. Kablamo. And then we'll counter up Danitha. Oh no, the counter goes on Journey Mage. Rude. Rude, rude, rude. Alright, in for 2. Take him to 8. They did not have a historic card for Sanctum Spirit. We've got a Deep Freeze at the ready. We could also Partick Wanderer and put the counter on it. It seems pretty good. Seems very good. Journey Mage, bouncing Danitha, I assume. Oh, that's rude. That's pretty rude. Alright, so we can Deep Freeze Journey Mage, drop Triumph. Still drop Danitha as well. So do that. Hit the Triumph. Bash in for 4 there. Either go to 4 or they block with their Journey Mage. Both are fine. Both are fine. Block with Journey Mage, I assume. If they don't, it means they have an answer. And if they don't use the answer, then the answer must be Gideon's Reproach. Alright, they do block. Cool. That pushes towards them not having an answer in hand. So we get to drop Danitha now. Next turn we've got Deep Freeze again. This is going to be a 5/4. Good shape. Good shape. What you got in hand, opponent? I'm terrified of Elira, because that card is busted good. Busted good. Passing the turn, so Wrath? Ooh, Cloud Reader Sphinx, cool. So that'll get lifelink and first strike and etc. next turn. Although actually we should probably give that to the Partick Wanderer. So yeah, we'll play Partick Wanderer after we find out what happens here. We will not attack with Danitha, I don't think. I mean, if they hit a Wrath, they get to block Danitha. If they have a Gideon's Reproach, it's going to be on the Journey Mage. Yeah. Let's make them show us what they have. They could have a Sentinel of the Pearl Trident. Wouldn't be too big. Just a straight up Blessed Light. Okay, sure. Take the 2 down to the 6. And yeah, I think we make Partick Wanderer get a real flyy-like next turn. Get real flyy-like. Yeah, we can actually Cloud Reader and Deep Freeze next turn as well. I want to say we have them on the ropes, but they have 5 cards in hand, and they're not playing lands. So I don't know that I believe we have them on the ropes. Short Sword, sure, and Danitha's just going to get in with First Strike and Lifelink, because she's never had those abilities before. Ever. Just ever. Alright, in for 2, take him to 4. Let's drop Cloud Reader Sphinx and find us some creatures. Find us some Game Enders. Find us a Wrath. Drop Cloud Reader Sphinx. Leave up 4 mana. Baird is fine. Blink is better. So we'll draw Blink, which just gets to blink their blocker they play, and we bash in for lethal. Actually, it can blink the Deep Freeze as well. I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, it's non-land permanent. So we could blink Deep Freeze and surprise have a 5/5 Trampler. So we should have this game several ways from Tuesday. Yep. Yeah, we got this game. It is ours. We're going to blink kick the Deep Freeze. Blink kick the Deep Freeze. So they block there, they die. They block there, they die. Yep. Cool. We're 2-0. We're going to the finals yet again, trying to get that 7th trophy. I will see you guys then, which is in a split second. I don't know why I keep saying that. I say that because I hit stop on the video, but then I push the videos together. See you in a second. And we're back for round 3 with a... Oh, there's actually 2 lands there. This isn't that awful. We're back for round 3. That win puts us at 50 wins, 21 losses. I'm officially at a 70% win rate. If I lose this one, we're going to go back down below 70%. If I win it, we're going to maintain that 70% win rate that I've been looking for. Yeah, this is okay. We obviously really want that Plains, but that Opt is going to help us get there. And even if we miss, we at least can play a sword, I guess. It's not the best plan, but it's our plan, and we're going to have to live with it. Wow, I just snap-casted that, eh? I didn't actually mean to. I want you to be a Plains, but you work with Deep Freeze, so we're going to have to keep you there. I have no idea why I just snap-casted that. That was muscle memory. Like, I legit don't even remember that. Alright, we got there. So we get Sarah Disciple. Next turn, we can sword up the Disciple if we feel like it. You notice blue-white being a good deck. Last matchup was blue-white as well. Yeah, if you want to try to syncopate me, you're free to, but you're not going to. And we're going to suit up the Burb. If they blink the bird, if they Gideon's Reproach the bird, it's fine. They use a very important spell on a not very important card. In for 3. We get Raph online and we got Blast. So we got the plan. We got the plan going. But we need our opponent to actually put creatures down for it to do anything. What's this? Call the Cavalry. Yeah, those can get blasted pretty darn well. Pretty darn well. To be honest, I think I just want to play Raph with them tapped out. Them passing on 3 smells like Syncopate to me, and I don't want Raph getting syncopated otherwise. So we'll flash him in now and get in for another 3. And then if they do go crazy next turn, if they play like a ludicrously powerful bomb, we have Blast as an option. We have Blast as an option. Also, if they don't play a flyer, we've just got 5 in the air. Fine with that too. Fine with that as well. Alright. You're presumably 2-0. It's not actually necessarily true with the way leagues work. They're 2-0, presumably, maybe. So Lyra is real giant fear. Real big fear. Alright. Well, that smells like Gideon's Reproach. So I'll take 4. Be my guest. Oh, no, the Blessed Light. Didn't even give me the option of blocking. How rude. Oh, there goes the Blast plan. Things have changed. Things have changed. So we're going to bash in for 2, I guess. And drop a Courser, which blocks a Knight. We're on the 2 a turn race, which isn't the best race. There's other races I prefer. I was going to say the Amazing Race, but I've never actually watched it, so that joke doesn't work. Maybe should have moved the sword over. Really should have moved the sword over. I forget about moving the sword over. It's so cheap. I'm just so used to equipment being like, when it's on, it costs too much. Alright, show me that Reproach. But I think you're probably just getting in for 2. You are just getting in for 2. I know you, opponent. I know you. All right. How do we stabilize? How stabilize do we? Not by drawing lands. That's not part of it. Deep freeze a night feels a little bit bad. Deep freeze a night, and then we are dealing 3 a turn. They're dealing 2 a turn. We go to 12. They're at 9. They go to 6. We're at 10. Seems fine. They got a lot of cards in hand, so I do feel like we're maybe walking into a RAF or something, but we got to make them have it. Gotta make them have it. In blocks, they don't have the RAF. Don't have the Reproach. Just hit them for 3. Cool. Fine by me. Fine by me. Pass of the turn with 6 mana up and 5 cards in hand. So that's lands, Sanctum Spirit, something else presumably? Alright, so I'll take 2, we'll deep freeze that Sanctum Spirit. We'll bash in for another 3, take him down to 6. Put him 2 turns away from dead. Ooh, draw our own Call to Cavalry. We can't do both. We can't do both, and that's kind of dumb. But we need them to not gain any life whatsoever. So that needs to go away. Kind of afraid of an Invoke the Divine. Oof. Wizard's Retort. You got it, opponent. You got it. I'm going to pass the turn so that we just stop them from attacking with either thing. Wizard's Retort in a blue-white deck. Jousting Lance. Fudge. Okay, so they're going to gain all the life that ever was. Well, actually, we can just... Disciple just blocks it. Yeah, Disciple just kills it. Like, if you got the Historic card in hand, bravo. Bravo. They got it. Oh, they take away the first strike. Oh my god, that's really bad. That's really, really several varieties of awful. Holy crud. That's exceptionally bad. Blink helps. Blink helps. We get to blink the Sanctum Spirit. It's going to time walk them. We're going to get to draw a card. Really digging for Danitha and Raph. Or who got exiled? Raph got... How am I going to draw Raph? Oh my god, another Jousting Lance? Okay. I hate this card. I hate this card and I hate Dub. I hate First Strike. I hate First Strike. You get super blown out in situations where I don't necessarily feel like you should super be getting blown out. In with them, you got it. We're going to blink that spirit. You're not going to get to recast it. Please give me Baird or Danitha. Well, Academy Journey Mage bounces a knight, so that's fine. That is fine. Sage of Lat Pardon? Well, I'm going to drop the wizard. Bounce their knight. So they're going to play Sanctum Spirit, which leaves them with 3 lands, so they're going to get to equip the Trickster. It'll be a 4/2 first strike. So we can actually double block and kill it, but then we've got to deal with the other thing. Yeah, we can't really pass the... bleh. Ignore me. We can't attack with the Pegasus Courser. We super need Danitha or Baird. I mean, Blackblade would be nice as well. Blackblade would be pretty decent. I am okay taking 4 here. We're going to have some more blockers. Worst comes to worst. And worst might come to worst here. Sanctum Spirit down, you got it. Danitha. Time of Ice. Does Time of Ice do anything? Time of Ice tap Trickster. 4 or 5. 1 land short. Time of Ice tap Sanctum Spirit, keep it tapped. Chump Trickster, block Sage if it gets that. Yeah, sure, let's go Time of Ice. Let's buy ourselves time. Tap Spirit. Yeah, we can't attack now because we need every blocker possible. So we got 2 cards we're trying to hit. We got like a 10% chance to hit them. It's not the best odds. Not the best odds. Those Jousting Lances are just gonna murder us, eh? I don't like them. I don't like them at all. It's just a card where I feel like you get so blown out so easily, and we just can't do it because we're not drawing properly. And I don't like cards that are either the stupidest thing ever printed in, 40% of matchups and totally fair in 60. Because those 40% times feel really bad. Unicorn. Sure, you got a unicorn. My god, Baird or Danitha are going to be amazing, eh? They're just going to be the best things ever. Blackblade. Let's tap the unicorn. We can't have lifelink happening just yet. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get to go Blackblade. And we get to go Knights. Then we'll chump. We can equip Blackblade at the worst, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's all of our lands. 7 becomes a 9/9 Vigilance. Well, blocks well. Blocks super well. Might actually buy us some time. You don't make things legendary, do you? You do not. Harsh. Neither call the cavalry. Sure. Sure thing, my friend. This is gross. This is really gross. Gonna have 2 blockers next turn? Sure. No attacks. I guess they didn't want it to get bounced. Cloud Reader Sphinx. That digs us 2 cards deeper. And we need 3 blockers. This will give us 4 blockers. So let's drop the Sphinx. Let's try to find one of those legendaries. We found it. We found it. We found it. Baird on top. We gotta live 2 turns. 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 And we can also equip Baird. 2 turns, and we get to ruin them with a ruinous blast. Oh, this attack's gonna suck. Yup. So we have to block both. Block. Block. Oh my god, I think we just lose. I think we just lose. We're going to have 3 blockers. One's going to be insane. We get to block one of those. We get to chump one of those. We just lose. They drop their own Baird. We just frigging lose. We lose 1 turn away from destroying everything except their Baird that we just now see. Ugh. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. 1 turn. Stupid frigging Jousting Lances. God, I hate that card. If we were on the attack, the card's garbage. The card is garbage if we were on the attack. I'm still not really going to play them. Like, 5 mana? Nah, man. They ain't for me. They ain't for me. We gotta hope they just, like, get a little bit worried about attacks here or something. But, I mean, it's just simple math. We have to block that, we have to block that. We block that, and we take 5. If they swing with the team, we're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Congrats, you figured it out. Congratulations. God, that sucks. 1 turn earlier. 1 turn earlier. 1 turn earlier. One turn earlier. Invoke the Divine. Man, I hate Jousting Lance so much. I hate that it's playable. Absolutely 100% hate it. Yeah, we're going to go back in. Going to go back in. Going to draw a little bit more appropriately. Going to not die to a bad card. And this is the thing. It's a great example of auras and playable equipments. People will see somebody lose to a Jousting Lance and they'll go, whoa, I need to draft like 5 of those and put 5 of them in my deck, and that's not good. It has to go in a very, 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 very specific deck. And again, if you look at them the wrong way, boy, do they get blown out. I think I hate Dub more just because looking at, blinking an eye at something with Dub just blows the opponent out of value. And if you miss on drawing properly, Dub just runs you over. I think I hate that one more. At least Jousting Lance does stick around. You got to pay more mana for it, but Anyways, not the biggest fan of it. Not the biggest fan of it. Opponent, what are you sideboarding into? There we go. Alright, we're going to play first. Show us a good hand. Spikey Saturday, luck be damned. Not the best, but we'll keep it. It's one of those hands that you can't mull, and boy does it suck to keep. We do nothing till turn 4. Nothing. Well, something on turn 3. Unicorn's pretty good. Unicorn's pretty good. I will say, kind of miss the days when 2/2s for 2 didn't have lifelink. I have actually seen them say that they want to get away from C's in Magic. So 2/2s for 2 are something they actually kind of want to get away from. Sure. They missed a land drop though, so let's punish the absolute ever-living hell out of them. Call the Cavalry. If you want to gain 4, you can gain 4. Coming in for 1. Let's punish them for a bad keep. Haha, no. No attacks whatsoever. Ooh, another call. That's pretty decent. Yeah. Let's see if they want to trade a unicorn for a knight. In with team. Let's make a knight fly. Want to trade? You don't? How rude. Alright, I'm fine taking 4 if we're just going to bounce it the next turn, so let's drop more knights. Let's get 9 power on the board on turn 4. Or 5, rather. Oh boy, see, it costs a lot to equip this. Costs a lot to equip it. Yeah, we're just going to blink the ever-living hell out of this unicorn. FYI. Smash him. Smash him real good. Drop a land for the turn. Pass the turn. So we deep freeze the unicorn. They take 2, 4, 6, 7. They die. Cool. Opponent dead. Sure. Deep freeze it. Smashy, smashy. Smashy, smashy. Smashy, smashy. Cool. Well, that worked. I guess that showed the downside of Jousting Lances. Yeah, I don't think you should ever put 2 in a deck. Like, even if you think they're good, I don't think you should ever put 2 in a deck. That is asking for trouble. Yeah, this is Spikey's out of there. We go. There we go. Yeah, don't put 2 in your deck. And I don't put the first one in my deck. We have to mull this, unfortunately. All 3 legendaries. Ugh, sure, I guess. Raph, yep. Find me that Ruinous Blast. Find me that Ruinous Blast, please. Land for turn. Go ahead. Play your unicorn. Right on cue. Lands, of course. What would I do without them? I wouldn't cast spells. We need lands. Our deck knows that, so our deck's just going to give us all the lands. We'll take 2. Kind of afraid of the Call of Cavalries that are going to start hitting my face next turn. They are looking a little bit stuck on blue, though. Which is great for us, not getting stuff countered. Deep freeze, nifty. We'll drop a Pegasus here, though. Oh. If you got the Adamant Will, congrats, but I think you just want to gain 2, so that you're taking -1 a turn. The missed land drop. It is time to take advantage. Yeah, we're going to flash in Raph. We are not going to block that unicorn. Damn it. They found their island. Our whole plan. Our whole plan. We are not going to block the unicorn with Raph. We are not going to run the risk of them Adamant Willing or otherwise manipulating, mauling our Raph. Drop a Raph in. Knights are a bit of a pain, but we can deal with it, I guess, sort of a little. Short sword's nifty. We get to play it. We get to equip it. And we get to drop another Courser. And pass the turn. Gotta find that blast. Gotta find that blast. I want my Sphinx. I want my Opt. I want to dig to that blast. Because I'm not super feeling how we beat this deck without the opponent stumbling. Baird, pretty good. Pretty good. We're just going to stare at each other for a while now. Just gonna stare. Cloud Reader, find me what I need. Blast, 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 blast. Yes! Oh, we want both of those. Boy, do we want both of those. Yeah, we're going to top deck the Triumph, and next turn we draw the Ruinous Blast. They got 4 cards in hand. We want that to be less than 4. We want there to not be 4 in their hand. I would love if you played like Jousting Lance right now. Just saying. Call? Sold. Totally fine. Super happy about that. Super happy about that. Yeah, I think we're going to come in with Cloud Reader Sphinx. Get in 3, take him down to 23. Pass the turn. Hope they play just a little bit more here. Like, I don't want to get too greedy, but I do want to get 1 or 2 more cards out of this. Haven Sentry? They can syncopate us for 1. They can no longer syncopate us for 1. Now, this blast is going to be insanely good. This blast is going to be the best thing that's ever happened. Holy crap, we're going to blow them out. They are not going to know what hit them. Alright, so we are going to... oh yeah, we're going to not attack. Because Baird's there. And unfortunately, Baird will remain there as well. Yeah, I can't let them potentially have Syncopate, so we do just have to blast now, I think. Yeah, we just have to blast now. It's risking way too much otherwise. Clear that board. Look at that. Things got better. Things got better. Oh, hey, Sanctum Spirit. You're going to get deep frozen. You bet you're going to get deep frozen. Wouldn't mind a land. Cool. Alright, Deep Freeze Sanctum. Triumph Wrath. Bash in for 4. Take them down to 19. So they get to come in for 2 each turn, but 4 and then 5 and then lifelink is going to be a very different game. 2? You got it. You got it, my friend. So we actually, assuming they don't have Blessed Light or anything, we actually get to come in with Wrath as a 5/5. Drop Partick Wanderer, next turn fly Partick Wanderer, come in for 10. 4/4 Academy Drake, not a problem. We are winning this race. I can easily take 6 next turn, go to 10. In for 5. Because next turn we're threatening to take them to 4 and gain 5 life on our own. It's going to be a close finish. It's going to be a close finish. I'm not confident we're winning. But we might get there. We might just get there. They are most likely in top deck mode as well. They were on 1 card. They just drew a blind card. They've got 7 lands. They've got 10 left in their 25. What'd you find? It's my favorite card ever. Literal absolutely fuck that card. Dub is the stupidest card ever. We can draw a Blink, and Blink just blows them out, because this is not a good card. Of course. Of course. Of course it's a land. I really hate first strike that is not appropriately costed. Or maybe there's just too much of it. Maybe, like, their own Wrath. Sure. Maybe there's just too much of it. Maybe, you know, there shouldn't be Dub and Jousting Lance and Danitha in one color, basically. Something feels bad about First Strike in this format. I'll take 6. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. Blink. Deep Freeze. Not that. Time of Ice. Time of Ice would do it. It's 3 cards in our 23 that we can hit. This is garbage. This is absolute garbage. Oh boy. I can't stand Dub. Do not take from this that Dub is a good card. You will get blown out more times than you will not. You just will. If you are looking to spike a tournament where winning is $45,000 and third place is like $200, sure, play the Dubs. Because 40% of the time you will just roll over your opponent. But the rest of the time, you will get blown out. So, we lost, unfortunately. 2-1, didn't get that 7th trophy. We're back below that 70% win rate. I will once again say I can't stand Dub. I really hate it. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know there's going to be a few of you bitching and moaning about me complaining about a card. I don't care. I'll complain about cards that I want to complain about. Deal with it. Anyways, if you liked the content, you should click that thumbs up button. Click subscribe if you want to see more. You can find me on Twitter at @TheManaLeak. That's Leek, like the vegetable on the card. You can find me at Facebook.com/TheManaLeak, Twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, and Patreon.com/TheManaLeak. Yeah. If you like it, let me know. If you got questions, let me know. Otherwise, see you all next time.